Welcome back, everyone, to my weekly Dragon Oracle card series. The Dragon card for this week, the week of August 10th, 2025, are the Air and Fire Dragons. These Air and Fire Dragons help to expand our creative energies. They help to harness our creativity, our excitement, and our enthusiasm, and they help us to communicate our passion. So the biggest impression that was coming through as I was pulling this card is that this is the continuation of what the black dragons from Saturn were helping us to do last week. Remember, the black dragons from Saturn were really helping us with that spiritual discipline, that concentration, focusing on our ultimate vision, and, congratulating ourselves. We've passed a test. So we've passed the test working with these black dragons from Saturn. Moving into the air and fire dragons, we are now ready for their support in being able to really hone in on what is it that just really excites us? What are the things that we are really compassionate and passionate about? And harness that creative energy relative to being able to manifesting those things in our lives. So we've been harnessing that higher wise knowledge of our higher selves. We've been looking through the eyes of our soul, balancing that through the eyes of our human experience, balancing that, merging that, and manifesting that, bringing that higher wisdom down. Now it's time to get creative with it. It's time to really hone in on those things that are really aligned with what our true vision and passions are, and what our true path and true aligned purposes are. So my name is Gia, and I am an intuitive psychic energy reader and healer. And if you would like me to help you harness the beautiful supportive energy of these air and fire dragons, please reach out to me. If you reach out to me this week, I will offer a discount on this reading, and we can schedule it for any time. So if you've been watching this series, you are now aware that Spirit has guided me to look at symbols related to these messages. And in my spiritual practice, in my healing practice, using symbols is a tool to be able to kind of harness the energy that we want to examine. What is it that we want to take a look at? Whether it's something that we want to, energy that we want to move out of our energy field, or whether it's an affirmation of something that's going on with us. And this would be collectively for all of us, including myself, all of us who will be watching this video. So I am going to stop the recording. I'm going to pause the recording for now. I'm going to take a look at a symbol, and I'll be back to let you know what messages come through with that. Hi, so I'm back. So the symbol that came through for helping us to clear the pathway to the supportive energy of the air and fire dragons, the symbol that came through was a broom and dustpan. And it was one of those brooms that you kind of hold with your hand, the old school, like made of the straw that you hold in your hand. And so you have to really get down there and kind of scoop everything up. So the messages, there were a couple of messages that came through with this symbol. The first one was about really wanting to make sure we are preparing our space around us to be perfect for being able to then utilize and manifest and work with our creative energies and begin on that path. So it's just really wanting to, almost like that spiritual perfectionism again, a different way that this spiritual perfectionism is coming through energetically. So it's about, I've got to get all the little dust out of the corners and the dust bunnies here and scrub that little corner there. And because it's a handheld broom, it means we're really down there. We're not having the distance of the longer handle on the broom. And so the other message alongside of that was, this is kind of a distraction, really. Getting into those little nooks and crannies, into those corners, we're using that as a distraction because there's still some hesitancy and some uncertainty and a little bit of fear and doubt as to, well, what is our passion? What is my passion? What is my vision? What is my true passion? What do I get enthusiastic about? What am I excited about really? What is that truly for me? So because there's a little bit of fear, a little doubt and uncertainty, we're like, okay, well, let me just keep cleaning up, keep getting ready until I can make that perfect place in that perfect space in that perfect time. So the broom and dustpan, again, it's that another way that spiritual perfectionism is showing up. And when we are so focused in on cleaning the little dusty corners, we're not really giving ourselves a chance to step back and look at and explore what we are truly compassionate about and enthusiastic about, what we're really excited about. And so as we've been doing this work, the other part of this message that came through with this clearing, this healing, this symbol is, as we've been doing this work, with the cards that have come through, the old, outdated mental constructs, the ways that we used to think about things, we're dismantling those, right? So it's kind of stirring up some other energies of that doubt and uncertainty. And so that's what we're cleaning up. So that's a good thing. It's a good thing that we have the awareness of what's going on and we're moving it out of the way instead of brushing it under the rug. But let's not get so hyper focused on it that we lose sight of the fact that our goal really should be, why not, examining what really drives us and what really moves our soul and nourishes our soul. And so those are the messages that came through as I was clearing and healing that symbol. So once again, let's recap. We've got the air and fire dragons helping us to expand our creative energies. They help to harness our creativity, our excitement, and our enthusiasm, and help us to communicate our passion. So as you can see, there's a fire here that the air and fire dragon is working with. This fire helps to, again, burn up those lower energies like the fire dragons are doing for us. So as we are sweeping up and collecting that dirt in the dustpan, we're dumping it on the fire and it's just being burned up. And the air element of these dragons is actually our voice. So once we burn that up and get that out of the way, we have clarity for our voice to sing, to speak our truth, to really help discern what it is that lights that fire under us. What are we excited about? So this week, let's carry this message with us that these air and fire dragons are really excited about helping us take that next step from that potentially rigid feeling spiritual discipline. If we're being hyper focused on preparing for the right moment in the right time for that creative expansion, let's welcome in the help of these air and fire dragons to really burn up the residual of what we're just collecting from what's been stirred up as we reframe those definitions of ourselves, and as we begin to identify what our passions are and what our path is, and then we can step there on that path with more confidence and assuredness. So looking forward to seeing how this shows up and manifests for me this week. Feel free to share any of your thoughts or experiences as you move through the week, inviting in the support of the air and fire dragons. And until next time.